Wolfchase Toyota Insider, the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Natalie Poole. And Coach, the season has come to an end. Unfortunately, a loss to Houston in the opening round of the conference tournament. Had a lead on them. They made a rally late and were able to get it in extra innings.
Absolutely. Houston's always been a great matchup for us, and clearly we had them in our last series before going into the tournament. I think at that point it just comes down to who's going to step up at the time, and I feel great about how we showed up. We were aggressive. I thought that we made the right decision on who to go with on the mound, and Christian did a really nice job of holding Houston down offensively. We scored first. We were definitely in a position to win it, and actually they came back and tied it with 2 outs in the bottom of, or the top, maybe the bottom of the 7th, and so it was very frustrating. We definitely stayed in it for a while, and then we lost in the 11th, but it was a well-fought game.
One of those deals where next year maybe the tables turn. They had a little bit more experience on their team, some upperclassmen, and that tends to pay off. You get in a tournament environment, a close game, but you look at next year. We'll talk a little bit more about next year in a second, but you will have an experience edge over several teams next season.
We definitely will. It's taken a little time for us to mature on the field, just all the way around. And even this year, we relied on a freshman third baseman and and a sophomore shortstop and a freshman right fielder, and so it was definitely in a sophomore second baseman, and our pitching staff was young, and so it definitely will make a difference. All of these young ladies went to the plate day in and day out this year, and I definitely think that we're going to bring a much more mature team as well as a pitching staff to the field.
This year, off to a slow start, then about 10, 11 games into it, things kind of changed there. We talked last week, you said they just kind of got to the point where enough was enough. That middle portion of the season, very strong for you.
It was, and it's hard sometimes to go back to that place and wonder how in the world where things were going at the beginning of the year and how we were in that predicament. And I think that for us, we not only had youth, but we also had injury. And so we really had to move quite a few people around, try to settle into a defense that was effective for us. Went through some growing pains with our youth on the mound, and so we worked through some of that. We grew up a little bit. We stayed after the process. The girls did not give up. They got closer. They worked harder, and weren't satisfied and didn't settle.
You've got to be happy because I believe it's what you told me. 2 sophomores and a junior. Usually, if you have 2 really good pitchers, you're going to have a pretty solid team. But next year, I guess you'll be running with 2 juniors and a senior.
We will, and I definitely think that those 3 young ladies really were the ones that saw most innings this year, and I think it's really going to make a difference. I've had conversations with each of them as they move towards the summer, just about what they want to accomplish next year, how they're going to get there physically, mentally, how they're going to be impactful for their team. If you look around our conference, the girls who are making all conference on the mound and who finished in the top 3 in our conference are all pitchers who finished with under a 2 ERA. And so that's where we have to be if we want to be one of those teams. And I think that we can. I think we made some great strides this year, and I look forward to more next year.
Coach, you talk about the summer. I know in July you're going to have some camps coming up, and then probably throughout the summer, go to GoTigersGo.com to get all the information, I guess, to sign up. But tell us kind of what you have planned for the summer.
Well, coaching staff-wise, we'll be out a lot recruiting this summer, which will be great. We'll get a chance to see a lot of athletes this summer. And then at the end of the summer, we're going to host our camp. It's going to be the 27th and 28th of July. Our goal is to, get a chance to see some of those girls that we got a chance to see on the field on our campus, work on skill development, work on, just spending some time with some kids in the community and helping develop the softball area around here, as well as bringing some people in from other places around the country and giving them a chance to see what we're about here.
All right, Coach, as always, it's been a pleasure working with you, and we'll catch up with you in the fall.
Thank you.
That is head coach Natalie Poole. I'm Jeff Brightwell for the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.